if after giving best of educations, finally we end up in a life which we don't want to, it is a bad thing for bad result for the sacrifices done by our parents. So if you are a parent trying to give the best of education possible, I would urge you to teach your children or enable them to not to do all these mistakes that I've mentioned here. Normal people learn from their own mistakes, and great people learn from others' mistakes. I think this is true. There are 7 mistakes that I wish I, as a student, had never done, and I wish no other student in this world does the same mistakes. Let me tell you what are those mistakes. Before that, hi, my name is Kala. I'm a thinking catalyst. I make my students think and hence solve math problems, remove their math fear, as well as understand that thinking is what is the substance of life. What are your thoughts? That makes your life. So coming to the 7 mistakes that I did as a student that I do not wish any student in this world does the same mistakes are: the first one is I did not know to set goals. Before I tell that, let me tell you that I am a topper throughout the school and college. I have been. And I am saying that I had not set goals. Sounds weird, isn't it? But then that's true. What happens in schools and colleges and all these things is a goal is set by somebody else. Okay? That means there is this syllabus and this you have to study, this you have to get this much marks, then only you can, go to the next level, things like that. Those are not goals set by the student, set by oneself. It is set by somebody else, the curriculum setters, teachers. So what's happening throughout my student and college life, I was working on goals, surely. I achieved them, but I did not learn to set my own goals. That's right. I think many students who are toppers do very well. They do it because somebody else tells them this is what it needs to be done. This is the way you have to behave. This is the way you have to study. This is what you have to achieve. Somebody else tells them. That is not actually goal setting by the student. What happens, what is the result of this is from my own life. When I got into the career, I was very confused because all throughout 15 years, 20 years, there was already a goal which I had to achieve. Now, it's an ocean of opportunities. I can keep any goal and I can achieve anything. I did not set any goal because I thought the company will set it for me. Yes, the manager set it, and that was very, very low standard or something that I actually did not really want. And I was, again, for 15 years I've been accustomed to working on a goal set by somebody else and achieving it. I was working on a goal that my manager set for me. Okay. And so what happened? Not much of improvement in the career ladder and things like that. So this is the biggest flaw in the entire conventional education system, where the student doesn't decide what they have to learn and how they have to learn, how much they have to achieve, what they have to learn first. Okay, our children who are in conventional education system don't know to set their own goals. They are going to have big time trouble when they get into offices and careers. Then the second thing, I did not know the importance of mentors. That's right. All throughout my schools and colleges, we had teachers. They guided me. I was very excellent in learning and all those things. But after that, what happened? When I got into a career, I thought my studying is over, my learning is over. Now it's just I have to execute whatever I have learned. So all throughout my career life, I did not seek a mentor, because again, conventional education system gives us teachers, right? It gives us teachers, gives us professors, gives us lectures. We don't go and search for it. As students, we don't go search for a teacher or a lecturer. So this pattern I continued in career, and I did not seek a mentor. I thought, okay, whoever the manager is, that is from that person I have to learn. Whoever is the team lead, I have to learn from that person. And thereby, what happened? I did not learn much. Even if I wanted to learn, I did not learn much. Or I did not learn because again, it's an ocean of opportunities. So, children not having a mentor who will give a bigger picture, who will lead them where they want to go. First of all, you have to have a goal. Know where I want to go. Then you have to seek a mentor who knows the place where you want to go, right? Second thing is the mentor. Then, third thing is communication. If you see, I'm talking for the video and all. I was trained in public speaking. My sister used to train me, and I've participated in many debates, won prizes and all. But then I'm saying that I was very bad in communication. I had not learned communication. Why? Public speaking is not communication. The video that I'm recording is not because I have good communication skills. It's because I know English, I know grammar, I know public speaking. It's not communication. Communication is a connection between a person and a person. That means you have to understand the person who is ahead of you, in front of you. You need to know to smile. You need to be able to influence that person. You need to be able to convince that person. You need to make an impact on that person. Those are the things that is communication, and that is not being taught in schools. Public speaking is taught, language is taught, but communication is not taught. Then the fourth thing is I did not learn to market myself. You say, why? Why children have to learn, students have to learn to market? Of course, you have to learn to market to do anything. In the sense, what is marketing? It is showing what you're good at. Okay? You might be good at anything, but if you're not able to show that, then there is no point people are going to recognize that. And even in the career, office, anywhere, nobody's going to recognize, because others cannot sit and see how much you know or how well you work. They can't. So you have to be able to showcase what you do, how well you do, right? That's a mistake that I did. I did not showcase my capabilities, my achievements in the office very well. Of course, there was appraisal. During that time, we had to show what we had done, but I did not do a very good job. That means to say, children are doing only writing exam and getting marks. Writing exam, getting marks. Yeah, nowadays children are having PowerPoint presentations that they do and things like that. But still, I think most of the students, they don't know how to market, how to sell. See, not only to parents, not only to customers, you need to sell to your parents also. Because when you want to convince them for something, you need to present. Sell them for something. Marketing is everywhere, even within a family. Every student, every person needs to know how to sell themselves, how to market themselves, how to showcase themselves. That's the fourth thing. Fifth mistake that I did is not learning about money. Okay, all of us students are studying everything. We're studying many different subjects. We might use all of the subjects or not use any of them, completely get into a new field. Like for example, my niece, she studied all school, and in college she studied commerce. Now she's working in art field. She's not going to use most of the things except language and few things. But one thing she's surely going to use is money. All of us study hard, work hard, so that going further we earn money for a living. So, but the sure thing that we are going to use, we never learn about that. What did I do? I did not learn about money. As soon as my student life is over, I got into a job. I got a lot of money as salary. I did not know to manage. I took very, very dumb decisions which led me to reach a financial zero situation. Then I realized what's wrong. Because I'm a mathematics teacher and I know numbers. Knowing numbers is not knowing money. That's the biggest realization in my life, that you might be very good in academics, but you deal with your money based on your emotions. The book called Psychology of Money made me realize much more about it. Like, we deal with money not mathematically, not practically, not logically. We deal with money, take financial decisions based on emotions. Many of you parents who are watching this would agree to this. We take decisions not based on logic, not based on calculation. We take decisions based on emotion. For example, if I might save a lot of money for some reason, but suddenly my son comes up with, Ma, I want to do this, it's very good and I will achieve a lot of things. And for that sake, for my son's sake, emotion, I'll take the decision and give off the money to that education or whatever he wants to do, because I'm so emotionally connected to him. I'll take decision out of that emotion rather than on logic, right? So learning about money, that also nobody does it. So a mentor like I do, I mentor children about money as well. So a mentor can teach the students about money. The sixth thing is no courage to fail. Means I as I told you, I am a topper throughout the school and college, and I have attended so many competitions and won prizes and everything. You can say around 16 to 17 prizes in an academic year. That's the way I used to participate in many competitions and get things like that, prizes and all. But then I'm saying now the biggest mistake that I did not have the courage to fail. Means what? I was always stressed with the expectations others have for me. Now most of the students have this, right? That means parents expect certain thing out of them, teachers expect, tuition teachers expect, neighbors expect. Okay, so they don't have the courage to not to meet their expectations. I'm not saying that students should not work hard and study hard and achieve excellence according to the expectations of the parents. I'm never saying that. But as a student, I know how I felt when I had this expectations burden on me. I had expectations burden on me that used to make me go to the terrace alone and cry in front of the universe, like sky. I used to cry, please help me. I can achieve so that I can meet their expectations. I was a well studying student. I used to study well. I used to work hard. Yet that pressure used to be on my head. That means I was not ready to fail. I was not okay with the failure. It is important skill in life that you should be okay to fail. Otherwise, what will happen is you will not try new things. You will not push to your limit. You will not know your potential. My mission in life is to make every child understand their potential. To understand your potential, you have to go beyond your comfort zone. Many of you professionals, parents who are watching this, would know that it's a common thing now. Come out of your comfort zone. That is when you will achieve, right? That means, now for example, you're working in a certain technology and earning good money. But some of the new technology is coming and you are also learning it and you know you can do it and things like that. Now, if you are not coming out of your comfort zone of the present job, and applying for another job with a new technology which will pay you high and also you are progressing, you are going to be left behind. That means you are still in the comfort zone. When you are okay to fail in that interview of the new technology, new job, when you're okay to fail in that is when you go and attend that interview. Otherwise, you'll keep thinking, let me do it later. Let me still learn that new technology better. Otherwise, I'm going to fail in that technology. Like this, many number of years will pass. I think you would agree if you have done that kind of a thing. So, learning, it is okay to fail. I'm not saying fail in the exam and sit in the same class. I'm not telling that suggestion to students. Rather, it is okay to fail in front of somebody's expectations. And do your entire 100%, but you must be okay to fail. You must be okay. Put your 100%, but you must be okay to fail. I was never okay to fail. Thereby, I did not push my limits. I did whatever I know always, whatever I was certain about. Because of that, I did not I did not explore what I was not certain about. Because I did not explore what I was not certain about, what happened? My growth was stunted. That's a sixth mistake. Now, seventh mistake is the most heinous of mistakes that I've done. I wish that none of the students do this. That is, the seventh mistake is not to know how our mind works. That's right. What I was doing all throughout my life, I was thinking about what I don't want. Means our mind thinks in images. I was thinking I don't want to be an engineer. I don't want to be an engineer. I don't want to be an engineer. I don't want to get into engineering college. I don't want to. But then what was happening? I was creating those images of engineering college. And I ended up in engineering college. I said I don't want to become a software developer or software company employee. No, I don't want to become. Fine, what happened? I became a software company employee. I, as a person from the beginning, wanted to be a teacher, wanted to be a person who impacts students. But I did not think more about what I want. I thought about what I don't want and ended up having that in my life. This is the first and most important concept that impacted my life like anything. Now that I'm doing now, like impacting so many students, making videos, mentoring so many children, this gives me a life of satisfaction, achievement and financial wellness as well. The same 10 years that I spent in the IT industry, if I had spent doing the same, doing that what I'm doing now, impacting students, teaching, mentoring them, coaching them, if I was doing this for 10 years, I don't know where I would have been now. See, that is what I finally want to do. This is the purpose of my life. If I had pursued that one, okay, instead of getting into a life which I don't want, I don't know where I would have been. I would have skyrocketed to a greater position by now. I regret that I did not learn about the mind. Simple thing that whatever you focus on, that is what happens in your life. I was thinking life happens to me. I never knew that I am creating my life. Whatever I'm focusing on, that is what will appear in front of me. That is the opportunity I'll pick up. That is the opportunity I'll pursue and get the life that I want. So, not knowing about the mind is the seventh and the very heinous mistake that I have done, that I wish none of the students do. That's why the mission of my life is to equip 1 million of the future generation with right essential education. Out of that, my primary focus is on teaching children about mind, money and how to learn mathematics, how to use the mind properly in learning mathematics and becoming independent learners rather than spending lots of time in the tuitions and studying at home. Instead of spending a lot of time, use very less time, get out of house. That's exactly what I was doing as a student. So there are many things that I did very good as a student that I share with my students as my posts and content. So if you like this video, if you think your children or students can learn a lot from my mistakes, and if you like this thing, please like it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, because in my channel I put mathematical tricks, tips of how to become an independent math learner, as well as about mind, about money. The mistakes that I've done in my life, I don't want any student to do that. And if after giving best of educations, finally we end up in a life which we don't want to, it is a bad thing for bad result for the sacrifices done by our parents. So If you are a parent trying to give the best of education possible, I would urge you to teach your children or enable them to not to do all these mistakes that I've mentioned here.